Good morning. Our antiphon this morning comes from a verse in Malachi chapter 4. And the verse is, O radiant dawn, splendor of eternal light, sun of justice, come, shine on those who live in darkness and in the shadow of death. Asking for Christ, the dawn, the day spring, the dawning light, to come and shine on those who live in the dark. That's us. And I don't think it's a very long stretch to think of those who live in the shadow of death, to look at those who live and work in the places that are full of COVID, places that are full of this virus. A friend of mine from Virginia got a bad case of COVID and started looking for a hospital. There was none to be found. He had to come down to Winston-Salem area to find a bed, even though he had a very severe case of pneumonia along with his COVID and a bunch of other problems. And he said, this thing, it's like the shadow of death. A nurse in our congregation who works every day in these COVID units texted me this morning and said, thank you for your prayers. Nurses are so tired. And I imagine that they're not simply physically tired, but they're emotionally drained from seeing people that they work so hard to keep alive die. And that shadow of death constantly over them just drains away their energy and their hope. And so we need to pray for our medical people and the hospital staff and all the people that we know who are doing this kind of work, because that's vital for public health. For the rest of us, it's also vital for those who are sick and in those units and facing their own death. Well, we all face our own death, and in one sense, death is terrible. In another sense, it's nothing to worry about, because Jesus comes precisely to free us from the pain and the fear of death and gives us instead life. That's what we all want. That's what we all need. And that's what he gives us, in fact, in his death and in his resurrection. So no matter what comes, have hope and don't give up. Christ is with us. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.